struggling to find the signal.
Hello, Flavaadit speaking.
Hi, it's here from... How are you?
Hi, Bob, very well.
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Is it convenient for you to have this interview right now?
Yes, very good. Yes.
Okay, so what will happen? This interview will last approximately 15 minutes, and based on that we will decide if we want to bring you on the first face-to-face interview. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's start. Do you own your PC at home?
Yes, actually, I have a few. Yes.
Okay, could you tell me what kind of machine is it? What is the specification of the machine?
Well, mainly I use the old 386. I know it's a little bit dated these days, but yeah, I've been looking to upgrade recently, but I've not been in the best of financial stage lately. I mean, you know how university is. You just tend to find that you just blow money away on anything and everything. You know what I mean?
So what right now? What kind of hard disk do you have in your machine right now? How big is
right
it?
now it's only a 20 gig hard disk. I mean, most people can barely believe it, especially down in the club I'm in. But, I mean, honestly, it's rubbish. It just sits there gathering dust most of the time.
Yeah, I understand. And what is the memory? How big memory do you have in your machine?
Memory, it's approximately 128 meg, last time I checked. But honestly, I mean, I don't really know that much about it. I mean, I just bought it from Dell probably about, it must be about, I don't know, 7 years ago now?
7 years ago, okay.
Yeah.
So...
I just don't use it that much at home, you know, really. I mean, I just like to go to the university. I mean, we've got like a 7-floor university library, and there's many computers there, and I tend to find that you can waste the night away.
Of course, yeah. And do you know on what operating system your machine is running?
Operating system? Oh yeah, Windows 98. Fantastic. I mean, basically, I never bought into this NT side of things. I mean, 98 does everything I needed to do. I mean, basically, NT, I mean, really, what does it add?
Yeah, okay, so can you tell me what do you use your computer for normally?
Well, you know, the usual sort of things, perhaps a little bit of web browsing or email, you know, maybe perhaps play a few MP3s I've downloaded. You know, I mean, basically, it's just general use, what can I say? You don't really do much coding or anything like that on it.
Okay, and if I would ask you what kind of software or what kind of application are you the most familiar with, what would it be?
Well, I do use Internet Explorer a lot, if you know what I mean. Especially when, you know, late nights.
Okay, so have you ever encountered any problem whilst using Internet Explorer? Do you have any crashes, any unexpected behavior?
Well, I tend to find it doesn't deal very well with pop-ups. I mean, basically, you go to some sites and you're just riddled with pop-ups, and spyware as well. I mean, I tend to find that, you know, it'll just leak pretty much anything. I mean, you're talking about innocent websites you can go to, and you will end up with so much spyware on your computer, you will wonder, you know, Microsoft themselves putting on you? I mean, I'm not doing anything here. But yeah, so security is probably my number one issue with IE. I mean, people have said about Firefox, but I'm not convinced.
You're not convinced with Firefox. Why is that so?
Well, you know, I mean, essentially, I'm running a Microsoft operating system, and you know, I mean, truth be told, I very much buy into Steve Jobs' way of thinking, where you know, you really want to make sure that you have the very similar hardware software configuration and the uniform software configuration that will ensure that basically any middle layer issues are going to be dealt with, because I'm using IE7, Microsoft IE7, on Microsoft Windows.
Yes. Okay. If I would ask you to rate yourself, your knowledge in networking on the scale between 1 and 5, when 1 means basic concept knowledge and 5 is an expert, how would you rate yourself?
That's an interesting one. I've done a course on networking at university, and also, yeah, I'd probably give myself a 4.5 though, because I do like to you know, brush up on hills TCP/IP nowadays, you know.
Okay, so let's imagine you're sitting at home and you're browsing to Google, and
Yes.
so you type in www.google.co.uk, and in return you're getting an error message saying page cannot be found, please check the name and try again. What would you do to actually find what is the problem?
That's a tricky one, actually. I don't know. I mean, I tend to find that, well, first of all, I mean, if I was running at the university library, first thing I do is call the help desk. I'd say, you know, my internet's not working, I've been blocked out again. I mean, you know...
Yeah, but you're
sitting
sitting at home, just sitting at home, and this is your personal computer, there's no one else, and...
Okay, very different. First of all, I think that maybe there's some sort of spyware blocking my access. That maybe something essentially has stopped me from. It might be a spoof page, you know, that it said has a click to say try here again. But then next thing you know, it's just like, oh god, I don't even want to say what comes up on the screen. But it's not the nicest of things. Then I don't know. Let's see. It actually could be a network problem.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some the network down locally. Perhaps no. Hang on. It could be. Yeah, there could be. I think it probably would be the network. Yeah.
How would you check that? What would you do to actually check? What kind of network problem? Because, you know, it can be several different problems, several different issues with that. How would you actually try to diagnose what can be wrong?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it could be that my modem has failed, or it could be that you know, I mean, it could be that the number I'm dialing is wrong. It could be you know, wrong. It could be that the cable, you know, you can get rats through the cable. You know, or it doesn't have to be rats, of course. I mean, it could be just general cable damage. The network cable, yes. Yeah, I mean, those sorts of things definitely would cause an issue.
Okay, so let's assume you don't have any technical problems with your modem connection, your cable is fine. There is anything else you would check, you would try?
Yeah, well, I'd definitely phone someone, because I'd probably be a bit bored by then. But yeah, I'd either sit down, you know, kind of watch a film, you know, kind of make a cup of tea, and then I come back to it. Reboot maybe, yeah, but other than that, no, I'd leave it alone.
Okay, have you ever heard about a program called Ping?
Ping, yes, Ping, yeah.
So what Ping does?
Ping. It's essentially it will send a packet to a place of your choice, a location of your choice, and then to see if it's there, alive or not.
Okay, so would you try, for example, to use this program to diagnose what can be wrong?
Yeah, I guess you would.
Okay. Have you ever heard about DNS?
Yeah, the Danish Nationalist Society, yeah?
No. So, excuse me, could you repeat what did you say about DNS?
The Danish Nationalist Society. I don't get it.
Okay. So just let's forget about it. Can we move now to the SQL questions? And again, I will ask you to rate yourself on the scale between 1 and 5. What is your knowledge in SQL?
SQL? Now we're talking. Yeah, I'd give myself a 5 with SQL.
Okay, fantastic. So how would you get the total number of records in a given table?
So start, programs, Microsoft SQL Enterprise Manager.
Yes.
Then I would browse down to the database, then double click on tables, open it, and then you'll have a number at the bottom left of the window.
Yeah, but if you were just using SQL language to query to the database, what would be the syntax of the query?
Select. I don't know. I'm afraid. I don't really. I like my mouse. You know, I'm not a keyboard man.
Okay, I understand. And do you know how to remove a table from database?
Yeah, so right click on it and then go delete table.
Okay, and do you know any syntax from SQL language? Oh, no, really.
Destroy table.
Okay. Let's move to the testing questions. And I have a scenario for you. Let's imagine you have a system,
Right.
which is basically very simple web GUI. So you have a page, and on the page you have a username field, which is a text field. Yeah. When the user inputs username, and then you have a submit button. So after you hit submit button, through the web server, this username is written to the database.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Is it clear? Yeah. You know what this you understand?
Clear.
Yeah. Fantastic. So if I would ask you to describe a system test, which would give you confidence that the system works properly, what would you actually test?
So to test the system, yeah?
Yes, test system, yeah.
Well, first of all, I need to know the hardware then, if I'm testing the system. I mean, I guess, let's assume then that it's, PC-based and not Mac, So, first of all, I'll probably plug it in, make sure that we've got, perhaps a UK power kettle lead as opposed to a US one. To make sure that, we're getting the right voltage going through. We wouldn't want to nuke the motherboard now, would we? Did that. Then make sure that all the components are plugged in properly. I mean, you want the PSU to be to jack into pretty much everything, because, otherwise it's not going to work.
But if we just focus on a system as a software, yes. So you have the system, you have a web GUI, you have a web server, and you have back you have a database. So this is your system: web page, web server, and a database server. Yeah. How would you test this?
Gotcha. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so first of all, we've got a submit button, you say, yeah?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so first of all, we have to make sure that the submit button doesn't have any rogue icons around the side of it. So first of all, I would ensure that I click every icon around the submit button itself.
Mm-hmm. But you have just submit button, nothing else.
Yes, so not actually the submit button itself, but the ones around it which shouldn't actually submit the username.
Okay, so you would click around submit button.
I would only for one pixel around the submit button.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What next?
Okay. Then I would click the submit button.
Mm-hmm. And what would? Because remember you have still the text field, and so.
The text field. Yep. Okay. Then I'd probably I'd open my Harry Potter ebook. I'd select all and I'd paste it in there, into the field itself. So the whole book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yep.
Then I'd click on all the pixels around the submit button, just to make sure.
Yep.
Then I'd hit enter.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I'd make sure, so then I'd probably then phone support and say, is this, do you get the Harry Potter book? Or did you not?
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. Anything else?
And then after that, I'd probably, it's a tricky one now. Okay, the database, you said database, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd delete a table, just to make sure the delete table works in the database. Then I might find out the number of rows on the table, just to ensure that it matches the number of times I've clicked submit, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd probably check the DNS is working. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I'd ping the database.
Ping database.
Ping the database. I think, just to be testing.
Okay. Okay, so I have a question for you. I can see you graduate.
Yeah.
And you are looking for now a permanent role, or maybe just...
Mainly a contract, actually. I mean, basically, when I finished uni, I did feel a little bit like the last year was pretty much just coasting, because I felt that by the time I'd reached my second year, I'd pretty much learned all I really needed to learn.
Okay, so what kind of job are you actually looking for? Is it permanent role or contract job?
A bit of everything, but mainly contract. But I mean, you know, permanent's okay. I mean, I guess you could stick around in a permanent for about 6 months maybe, and then, you know, I mean, obviously there's the pay decrease, but,
Okay.
but you know, you've got to take it on the chin now and again.
Okay, why are you actually interested in a testing role?
Well, basically, I've been talking to a lot of my friends at university, and I've always thought that perhaps my development skills just aren't quite up to snuff. I mean, you know, I don't mind it; it's okay development, but you know, I never thought I'd make a very good developer. So I thought, so I was talking to a few of them, and they said, why not become a tester? It's like being a developer, but just not as hard.
Okay. And so you are looking only for testing role, or you're also considering the development role?
Well, development sounds a bit difficult, so no, only testing.
Okay. So if I would ask you how would you see your career progressing within 2 years' time?
Yeah.
How would you see your career progressing?
I imagine I'm a manager by then. Basically, I think I've got the personal skills. I mean, I'm a very good communicator, and I'm very good at getting my point across. And I don't take a bull fluff from anybody, okay? So, I mean, seriously, yeah, I think I would be very disappointed,
Yes.
and I would have to reconsider my options if I wasn't a manager within 2 years.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's basically it. This is the end of interview, and I will.
Question to you, if that's all right.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, what are the working hours like at the company?
We are actually working between 9 and 5:30.
Okay, 9 to 5:30. What's my salary?
I mean, you are not well. This is basically the first telephone interview, and we will discuss that issue later on.
Yeah. So you'll tell me when the next round, yeah?
Yes, but I will go right now through my notes.
And what about
Excuse
just
me.
one more question,
Yes,
if that's okay. I'm sorry to bother you.
No, it's okay.
Okay. And also, do you have any sort of I don't know, like basically, I like coffee and biscuits.
Yes.
Do you have free coffee and biscuits?
Is it? I don't think it's a relevant question about work.
I guess if I'm going to be getting about 40k, then it's not really going to matter. But I get my own biscuits, you know.
Yes, of course. Okay, so what will happen next? I will go through my notes. I will have a chat with our recruitment manager, and we will get back to you within a couple of days. Yes?
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time. Bye.
Bye, gorgeous.
Bye. It's Steven.
No, I checked.
It is. It's not even.
Seems very extreme for a prank.
What is it?
No, no idea how to take this apart. So, do you think he's going to get the job?
Yes, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he'll be a manager in 2 years' time.
Going to be in Michael's position.
Free biscuits and 40k, yeah.
I don't mind his job.
Go on.
Okay, how do I take this off? Do you know?
Don't know.
Have you ever used a tripod before?
We have a switch. It is off, isn't it?
Oh shit.
You didn't record?
No, I did. I just